Hello everybody, I am Husky Light, as you probably already know. I'm going to do this video now. I've just done the angel cards, so I was going to do this video, so I'm going to do it. I've had one hell of a crazy week synchronicity wise. So I'm going to document, as I said, I document a lot of stuff, hopefully to help you, but also just for myself, so I can, you know, if I need it, I can look back on things and compare things. Bring the little microphone over here. So, I don't know what, where do I start? I've been having them now for 9 days. 9 days they happened. They started happening from about the 11th, Friday the 10th they started happening. So yeah, about 9 days. They're still going on now. I've tried to write everything down that I'm going to go through it. I'm sorry if you can hear the... Hang on a minute. That's the sound of my husky. He sounds like a panda, but he's not. Anyway, and what he's actually doing, he's on his back, lying and giving him doggy stuff, whatever he's doing. That's the noise he makes when he does it. Anyway, I need to calm and ground. Right, first of all, I wanted to mention about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I actually lost connection completely, which freaked me out. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I woke up in the early hours of the morning, probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and there was nothing. I didn't have that feeling of my guides and angels around me. I didn't have a feeling of anything. It all felt very empty and normal. And I remember getting up in the middle of the night. I went and stood at the front door, looked up at the stars, kept looking around me, thinking, where's my angels? Why can't I feel them? I couldn't feel my twin flame connection. I couldn't feel anything. And I thought, and then I started to think, oh my goodness, I'm losing it. What am I going to do about my readings? Oh my God, my YouTube channel. All sorts of things. Where's my angels gone? Anyway, they did appear again, slowly, a few days later. And then came hurtling into my life, as I say, about 9 days ago. And I think when we lose connection, I'm going to go into more detail in this in the Q&A when it comes out, because a subscriber asked me about it, because she lost her connection as well for a few days. I actually think it's just a break. I actually do think it's just we're having a little bit of a break from them, and then when they come back in more intense than ever. And you usually have a break in connection prior to major downloads, major synchronicities, major expansion of your crown chakra and all your other chakras. And I think that's what happened. But at the time when it did happen, it was a bit freaky for me, because I was like, oh my God, I've got no connection. What's going on? Oh, how do I deal with this? And I can't ask my guides and angels because I can't feel them. So I think it's prior to a major ascension phase, prior to bigger energy waves coming in, just getting you ready for the onslaught of it. So and I'll go into that in another video and go into the whys and wherefores, but I want to get through this last week. I need to put it down. So anyway, I had lost connection. Anyway, I saw a friend I'm not seen since Christmas, last weekend, which was the 10th and the 11th. I stayed the Friday night and the Saturday night and came home on the Sunday, because I just felt like I really needed a break. I had not seen her since Christmas, so it's like 6 months since I'd seen her. She lives quite a few hours away from me down south. So anyway, I went down there. We had a lovely time and everything. In the evening, on the Saturday night, we were sat watching TV, and it was the Queen's 90th birthday, and that was on, so we were watching that. I'm not particularly into the Queen, but we were watching that, and we started talking about, I don't know how we got onto the subject, we started talking about different films or actors and actresses and everything. For some reason I was talking about John Wayne, and I was trying to remember his original name. John Wayne, my dad was a big John Wayne film fan. He always played cowboys. He died years and years and years ago, but I always remember him as a kid growing up, because my dad always used to watch him. And I think John Wayne's real name was Marion something or other, and that's why I was trying to remember his name, because he had a girl's name. And he was a big burly, cowboy. Always played that sort of character. Anyway, we spoke about him. I've got a little list in front of this list. Spoke about him. Then we ended up speaking about other actors and everything. We ended up talking about Simon Pegg, who was in Shaun of the Dead and Paul, and Tom Cruise, who's obviously Mission Impossible and all the rest of it. Now, just as a footnote here, I've never seen any of the Mission Impossible films because I do not like Tom Cruise. I'm sorry, but I don't. So we spoke about John Wayne, then we spoke about Simon Pegg, then we spoke about Tom Cruise. Then on the TV comes Bruce Willis in Die Hard was on the TV, and she's like, do you want to watch it? And I was like, yeah, sure. I've seen this film like 30 or 40 times. I know it backwards. I know that it's not going to freak me out, or because I don't watch TV anymore. She actually said to me, when was the last time you watched telly? I said, God, it was months and months and months ago. So we sat watching Die Hard with Bruce Willis, and obviously halfway through, the bad guy turns around to Bruce Willis in the film and says, you're not John Wayne, and you're not going to go off into the sunset, and yippee-ki-yay, and I'm not going to mention the other bit. And I sort of sat there and went, oh, there's one of my synchronicities, because we've just been talking about Bruce Willis before, John Wayne, before we knew that the Bruce Willis film was coming on. So there was one of my synchronicities. Cool. And obviously it was my friend's synchronicity as well, because I'd been talking with her about it. That was fine. That was just a little synchronicity. Anyway, she goes off to bed. I went and stood out the back because it was quite a nice evening, and I suddenly had this real fear purge going on. And I started thinking about my clowns, and I don't know where it come from or why I was thinking about it, but usually if I start to have a fear purge, that tends, for some reason, clowns come into my head. And where she lives, there's houses that are quite close proximity to her. So there was a couple of houses next door, sort of one here and one over here. They both had their bathroom lights on, and all I could think of was evil clowns. And for some reason, I could see these bathroom lights on, and I'm thinking, don't look up at the windows, because I was expecting to look up the window at one of the windows and see a clown face or something look out at me, which would have been really, really bad. Anyway, I'm stood there going, don't think of clowns, don't think of clowns, too late, I'm already thinking about them. Calmed myself down. Thought, it's all right, it's late, go to bed, it's fine. First thing I look at, the next morning I put my iPad on, see what's in my subscriptions, see what's come up, and there's a picture of a clown, an evil clown. So I thought, blink, I thought about it for too long. Next thing I looked at was, I can't remember the subscriber or who it was, who I subscribed to. The picture on the front of it The thumbnail had no indication of what I was putting on or what I was going to see, but I switched it on. It was the new advert for the latest Mission Impossible film. Bearing in mind I've never seen any of them. The clip they showed not only Tom Cruise in the film, but Simon Pegg as well. I never even knew that Simon Pegg and Tom Cruise had worked together in a film, let alone, as I say, Mission Impossible, because I've never seen any of them. So I'm staring at that going, oh my God, this is what we were talking about last night. And we weren't talking about Mission Impossible, we were simply talking about Simon Pegg in different films, and then it moved on. The conversation moved on to Tom Cruise. So I'm like, oh, synchronicities, quite high. So I had all that, and I had a little bit of I got frustrated, and I think I said it in last week's Angel Cards. I just want everyone to wake up and get on with it and get some peace in the world and stop this fighting and all the rest of it. So anyway, came home, emailed a friend that I have, a subscriber in Canada, who I've known for quite a while now, emailed him my little episode about Bruce Willis, because also in my subscriptions it just seemed about every video I opened or read, the name Bruce was in it everywhere after seeing Bruce Willis. So it's Bruce everywhere. So I'm telling him about it in an email. Then he sends me an email back and says, as I'm reading the email where you're mentioning Bruce Willis, he hears a child outside shout Bruce in Canada. Oh, okay then. Oh, whoa, okay. So again, my synchronicity then ended up being his synchronicity over in Canada. It linked up. As he's reading that, he gets the synchronicity of a child outside calling Bruce. At the same time, he's reading about me talking about Bruce Willis. So there's another synchronicity. I'm like, oh, this is really ramping up a bit this week. And none of these things make any sense. I'm not about to meet, but it's not a prophecy. I'm not about to meet Bruce Willis. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to knock on my door. Don't know the significance of it. It's just all things tying in together and synchronicities, which means my guides and angels are very close to me at the moment. And because of either, full moon coming, planetary, whatever I think of is manifesting in different ways. And this is how it tends to manifest for me. The numbers and everything will be outside the house or inside the house, not necessarily on YouTube. I get a lot of stuff in my recommendations on YouTube. Or I'll see a book cover and I've just said it, something like that. But anyway, they're really ramping up for the week. So I started to calm down from that a little bit, and I had a Skype session with a beautiful, beautiful girl, bless her, Haya, and she'll know who I'm talking about. And as she came on for the Skype session, she said, as she accepted my contact details to do the healing and clearing with her, she suddenly got sent an invitation from somebody called Anna. And she said, it doesn't mean anything to me. She says, but I know that it means something. Anna means something to you, to me. And she said it appeared in her Skype just as I was about to come through. And I laughing, I said, I hope you've blocked it. And she said, yeah. She said, I have no idea who Anna is, where she's from, or anything. She says, I think that was a message to you. And I said, well, I've got Anna in my mum's Bible. If you're on the forum, you'll know that I did a video on that and put it up on the forum. I said, I know that Anna is spelt the same forwards as it is backwards, and I know that it's 1111 if you change it into numerical. It means 1111, which is twin flames. So I was like, oh cool, that's really good, thank you for letting me know. So we had a Skype session and we had the healing and clearing, and I think within half an hour, certainly an hour of me speaking to her on Skype, and she was in South Africa. She sent me a Skype message saying that after she'd spoken to me, she got in the car, went out, and as she's going out in the car, the first car that pulls out in front of her has a number plate with Husky 1 on it, which really freaked me, and I think it freaked her out a little bit as well. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Another synchronicity, very strong. So again, synchronicities, then not only for me, but then connecting and other people having synchronicities as well at the same time. So it's all like connecting up. So it was really, that was really super as well. Where am I up to? Then during this week, I decided to ask my angels, and I only ever usually ask them if I need financial help or I'm asking about my twin flame. But for some reason, I've asked them a couple of things this week. Maybe I felt the energies were right and they were really close. I asked them if they could help me lose some weight, because I put on so much weight since last year, mostly because I'm just sat down doing readings all the time. So I asked them, and then I go into my YouTube later, bearing in mind I have not been on the internet, I have not searched anything on losing weight or anything else. Go into my recommendations on YouTube, and there's 2 meditations pop up recommended for you, vibrational meditations to lose weight. Thank you. That's really cool. Okay. By this time, I'm getting a little bit, starting to get a little bit overwhelmed with it, because it's really cool stuff. It's really good. But at the same time, because it's, when I get synchronous, I'll maybe get them for 2 or 3 days. And mostly I'll see a lot of numbers or something like, but this was like everything I say and everything I think is just starting to come up. So I thank them very much, and I'm really thankful for them doing that. So that was another one. Anyway, where am I up to? I've been looking for the past week or so, I know, in fact the past 2 weeks, I know that I've needed to get a new sofa, because bless my huskies, I love them, but they've killed the sofa. My big one at night will just lie across it and go to sleep on it every night. And it's like a velvet material, and I can't get all the hairs out, and I can't keep washing it. It's really hard to get the cushions off, and I thought, you've just killed it. I've had it about 4 years, and it's come to the end of its life, so I thought I need to get a new sofa, and I thought I need to get a leather one, because I can wipe it down, I can hoover it, all is well with the world. And so I was thinking about this. Anyway, we are, I think Friday, I actually started looking for one. So I looked on eBay. I didn't want to get a brand new one, not with the dogs. Started looking on eBay, started looking around, couldn't find one. The ones that I did find were either too far away from me, because I had in mind as well that if I buy one, I've then got to hire a van to go and pick it up and deliver it as well, which is going to cost more money. So I'm looking around, I can't find one, they're too far away, or they're too expensive or something. And on the Friday evening, I thought, I'll ask my angels. I'll stop struggling and I'll just ask my angels. So I said, angels, can you please help me find a sofa? So I'm sort of sat in front of the computer thinking, right, well, I've tried Gumtree, I've tried eBay, I don't know what else now to do. This is after asking them within a couple of minutes. And I'm sort of sat there twiddling my thumbs going, right, what do I do? And I simply typed into Google, 2-seater black leather sofa, Leeds, which is the area that I live in. Anyway, immediately an advert pops up for a 2-seater black leather sofa at a price that I can't resist, 6 miles away from me. That's the other one, numbers. 6 miles away from me. And the thing about it was, as I'd looked for it, she literally just put it in as an advertisement as well. It's not like it had been up for a couple of days or an hour. When I read it, it was like, this person has advertised just now. It's like, whoa, okay, got straight, emailed her straight away, said I want it. She came back to me straight away and says, you've got it. Yay. had troubles with the delivery over the weekend, but I got it sorted out, and that was amazing. And I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, that particular day, I was beginning to become aware, once I found out that she lives 6 miles away from me, I'm starting to become aware that I'd been seeing sixes all day in different combinations. 666, 687, 663, 667, whatever. I thought, I need to look this up. So I've got my on my iPad here. I'll move this out of the way. 666, I already knew what that was. It was, don't worry about anything materialistic, make sure that you're staying spiritual. And I'm like, thank you very much. I know that I need a sofa though. So the other number that I'd seen was 668, which was just after I'd arranged to go and to buy the sofa and to get it done. And I will read you what it says, because I saw the number and thought I need to look this number up. So, angel number 666 tells of self-management and achieving success and abundance due to your personal efforts, intentions and actions. It's an auspicious message indicating that abundance and supply are always available to you. Angel 668 is also a message from your angels that your material possessions and your life in general are in need of decluttering. Get rid of the old that no longer positively serves you to make way for the new. I had to get rid of the old settee to make way for the new sofa that was coming in. And this was at the point I just bought the new one, so I was just like completely in awe that this number had come up immediately, and that's what it said. You need to declutter now and get rid of the old to make way for the new in it. Material possessions and your life in general are in need of decluttering. I was like, oh, okay, fantastic, brilliant. Did it. Had to go and pay this lady before the sofa was picked up by the delivery people. So I went off to her house, which was 6 miles away. I have no sense of direction whatsoever, and I don't have a sat nav. So I passed her road and got lost somewhere up the road on the way there. Didn't realise I'd passed her road, but I got so far up and I thought, I'm sure I've gone past this somewhere. Turned myself round, came back down the road again. I thought, I still can't find it. I'm going to turn right into the next road, turn round again in that road, come out and carry on back again, because it's got to be on this road, so I know it's on this road somewhere. Come up to the next right. I can't see the name of the street name, but this is where I've planned to turn right. I turn right into it. It happens to be her road. Yay, thank you, angels. Brilliant. Go and pay the lady. Come out. At this point, I'm like, oh, this is fantastic, and thank you, angels, and everything else. And I'm openly being, I'm driving my car going, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is absolutely amazing. And as I'm saying it, I sort of look to my left, and I'm driving past the Angel pub on the left-hand side. So I think it was at this point I just pulled over and burst into tears, because it was just everything came, and it's been all week, and it was just getting so overwhelming for me. I was like, and I'm sat there going, I'm not alone. We're really not alone. They're just listening to you all the time. They're with you all the time. And if you ask them, now I'm sure if I asked for $1 million or something, they probably wouldn't, or £1 million, they probably wouldn't help me with that one, because that's being greedy. But they always provide what you need. The universe always provides, as long as you have faith in them. So, and then the last thing, on the next night, I took my daughter out to dinner. We had dinner and everything, and my son didn't want to come with us. He didn't feel like it. He said, but do me a favour, Mum, just call at the fish and chip shop on the way home and get me some fish and chips for my tea, because you two have been out for your dinner. So I said, yeah, fine. So we stopped at the fish and chip shop. I went in there on my own to get his fish chips and peas he wanted. I'm stood at the counter. There was 2 people serving. One person, the person that was already there at the counter, was serving somebody else. A girl came from the back of the shop into the front to serve me. I was the next one to be served, and she said, "What do you want?" I said, "I'd like fish, chips and peas, please." And I watched her go and get the chips, put them on the paper, get the fish out of the oven, put that on. She comes, stands in front of me, wraps... you don't have fish and chip shops over there, so I hope I'm explaining it right. She wraps the fish and chips up in paper. I'm stood there watching her. She puts them into a plastic bag, and then she picks up a little pot of peas that she's already wrapped up in paper and puts them into the bag. And I'm looking at the bag thinking, I didn't watch you go and get those peas and put them into the pot and wrap them up. I watched you get the fish and chips together, but I did not see you go and get the peas. Obviously, I'm not saying this to her. They were already there. They weren't already there because they don't do that in a fish and chip shop. They will not pre-wrap up little pots of peas. It wasn't already sat on the counter ready for her to put in. She'd come from the back, out the back of the shop to serve me. The other woman didn't get them for her because she was serving somebody else. I intently watched her get the fish and chips. I distinctly did not watch her go and get the peas, and yet the peas were already there wrapped up and she puts them in the bag, which really... And I walked out the shop thinking, how the hell did that happen? And all I could think of was, I've somehow skipped a few seconds. I've jumped a few seconds. I've skipped time again. I've done this before. Watching somebody arrive at my house and then watching them arrive again a few minutes later. I've said that before in another video. And I thought I've quantum jumped or skipped time or done something like that, and I have no idea how that's happened. But again, I think it's part of the energies that are going on. So this is partly why I got the videos out. I had personal stuff as well, but I had all this going on at the same time. So it's just been, and I'm documenting it, it's just been mad all week, and I think it's going to carry on. As I said in the angel cards, we have to try and find that balance, but the energies are very, very strong at this time of year with the solstice and everything. So yeah, when I do my Q&A, which will be in the next couple of days, I need to get back down, concentrate. I'll go through loss of connection and everything and go into that a little bit deeper. But I just thought it'd be nice for me and hopefully help you lot as well. And I want to know as well, always, because obviously it seems that nearly everybody I've interacted with this week, even the woman that I got the sofa from, when I got to her house, she says, "I can't believe you just bought my sofa so quickly." She said, "I'd literally just put it on and then you emailed me and said I want it." So everybody I've interacted with this week has also had synchronicities, good things happening as well to them, or things happening that we've spoken about between us. So it has been a crazy, crazy week, and I think it will carry on for a lot of us as well. I've had a lot of intense dreams as well during the week. And I also wanted to just give a shout out to twin flames out there, because I've not done anything about twin flames, and I was talking to a twin flame friend of mine in the US the other day. Now, my intention, I have changed my affirmations and my intentions over the last few weeks. It always used to be when I did the intentions, and oh, I love my twin flame, and I'm going to be with my twin flame, and this, that and the other, and I've switched them round. So I now, when I do my affirmations, I literally sit there and say, my twin flame loves me, my twin flame thinks I'm great, my twin flame is with me in the physical, my twin flame emails me all the time, my twin flame texts me all the time, my twin flame wants to be with me, etc, etc, etc. Lo and behold, the past 2 or 3 weeks, he's slowly texting and emailing more off his own back. Not because I've done it, I've sent him one and he's answered it, off his own back. I had a beautiful Father's Day email from him, text from him today, which blew me away. So very, very slowly, I don't know if it's my affirmations and intentions that are working, because I've swapped it round, because I don't miss him anymore in the way that I used to. I don't pine for him or anything like that. I've just switched it all round, so he's coming towards me. I don't know if that's part of it, or I don't know if it's just divine timing that is starting, because a lot of us are coming together over the summer. So I just wanted to mention that out there to twin flames. If you're missing them, pining for them, and going, I wish you'd come back, and that sort of thing, just switch it around. Switch the way your thoughts create things. You are a co-creator. So try switching your thoughts and your affirmations round to, my twin flame's already with me. My twin flame emails me. He's with me in the physical, or she's with me in the physical, etc., etc. Now, I've been doing this for a few weeks, and I'm slowly starting to see a difference in a really good way. So I thought I'd throw that out there as well. Plus, synchronicities are really strong. I know that some of the subscribers I've spoken to on Skype are twin flames as well. I've got quite a few twin flame friends, and the energy is ramping up for all of us in different ways, but synchronicities are coming about. So I did want to mention that as well. So, right, I've got it all off my chest now. I've said it all. Let me know how your week's been. Have you been going through this same madness that I have? I'm very, very lucky that my daughter's father is actually awake as well, and he gets synchronicities. Because at least I've got somebody in the vicinity that I can mention it to, and he doesn't think I'm nuts, because quite often I'll say something to him and the synchronicity will happen immediately, and he'll see it as well. So that's quite good. But let me know how your past couple of weeks have been going. I know it has been tense, and I think it's going to carry on. So together, meditation, stay as balanced as we can, deep breaths, stay grounded. Good things are happening, really good things are happening, but as I say, we've also got this balance thing to do, contending with the dark side ramping up as well. So, right, have I said everything that's happened this week? It's just been crackers. Yeah, dreaming about owls as well again. So I'm going to get this out. I hope I haven't bored you. I hope it helps. I hope you've all sat there and gone, oh cool, this has happened to me too. I'm not crazy, because you're not. I might have explained a few things. The time slips and everything, like with the chip shop and that, I know about quantum physics, I know about quantum jumping. We are having some sort of time slip. I think we've got 3D and 5D Earth merging at the moment. I think that's very much probably a part of it, of what's going on with the energy waves. I can't get overly technical about it, but I think we're merging, and I think it's a really, really good thing. Things are changing for us. We're moving up. We're moving up to the fifth, and I think maybe we're slipping out of third and fifth quite a lot, and maybe that's what happened in the chip shop with me, and with the synchronicities and everything. But when they bump up like this, even though they're really positive and good and amazing, sometimes you're just like, oh my god, it's so overwhelming. So anyway, namaste. I feel better now. I've got all this out. I'm going to bed. I will speak to you soon. I love you loads. Bye.